Some people walk into a room and instantly pull attention. Not by speaking, not by showing off, but just by how they carry themselves. That's the energy of a Sigma male. He doesn't need loud words or big moves to be noticed. His silence speaks. His presence fills space. And within seconds, people feel it, sometimes with respect, sometimes with unease. This isn't about fear in the traditional sense. It's not about being aggressive or trying to dominate others. It's about presence. The kind of quiet confidence that makes people take a step back and reconsider what they were about to say. Sigma males aren't trying to intimidate. It just happens when their energy isn't easy to read or influence. And the most interesting part? It happens fast. Within seconds. No yelling. No boasting. Just a few subtle, controlled actions, or lack of action, that speak louder than anything else in the room. In this video, we'll go through 6 non-verbal tactics Sigma males use, often without thinking, that create this kind of intimidation effect. These are not tricks or fake behaviors. They're real habits built from awareness, control, and confidence. Some of these might already be part of your personality. Others you can build and sharpen over time. Let's start with the first one. Tactic number 1, silent, steady eye contact. Nothing makes people more uncomfortable or more alert than direct, calm eye contact. Not the aggressive stare-down type. Not the distracted, wandering eye. The kind of look that says, I see you clearly, and I don't need to say much. Sigma males use this without effort. They don't dart their eyes around. They don't avoid contact. They make eye contact when it matters, and they hold it just long enough to make the point, then break it without looking down. This shows confidence, self-control, and groundedness. To most people, this is intimidating. Not because it's threatening, but because it shows presence. When someone looks directly at you without blinking away, it forces you to become aware of yourself. You start checking how you're acting, what you're saying, or how you're standing. That shift, that subtle tension, is where the intimidation begins. Eye contact also signals honesty and mental strength. Sigma males don't use it to dominate. They use it to show they're not hiding anything, and they're not afraid of what's in front of them. In conversation, it sends a quiet message. You have my attention, but you don't control me. This tactic works fast, and it doesn't require anything extra. You don't need a certain look, style, or line to deliver. Just the calm discipline of looking someone in the eye without fear, then breaking the contact when you choose to, not when they make you. For Sigma males, this isn't about games. It's about truth. Seeing people clearly. Letting them know you can't be shaken just because someone else needs validation or control. Tactic number 2, calm, controlled body posture. How you stand speaks before you do. And Sigma males know how to speak with posture. They don't puff up their chest or make exaggerated moves. They don't fidget or slump. They simply hold themselves in a way that says, I know who I am, and I'm not trying to prove anything. Their body stays calm, relaxed, but not loose. Shoulders back, head level, movement slow and deliberate. Nothing is rushed. Nothing is twitchy or tense. This control sends a message without words. They're not nervous, they're not apologizing for being there, and they're not looking for approval. Most people are used to subtle body language that seeks permission. Leaning in too much. Crossing arms when nervous. Shrinking when challenged. Sigma males avoid all of that. They don't lean unless they choose to. They don't react unless it matters. Their body says they belong without asking for it. This kind of posture throws people off. It's rare to meet someone who doesn't fill silence with motion, who can stand in stillness and be completely comfortable. That stillness creates tension in the room, not because the Sigma is trying to dominate, but because he's not giving others anything to work with. That calm becomes the loudest thing in the space. In a group setting, this posture draws attention. People notice. They feel the difference. They might not even understand why they're drawn to or nervous around this person. But it's the control, the steady presence that does it. If you want to practice this, start with awareness. Straighten your spine. Drop your shoulders. Uncross your arms. Stop rushing your gestures. Move only when needed. And when you do move, do it with full control, not hesitation or speed. Sigma males use posture not to impress, but to stay grounded. And in a world full of people trying to prove something, that calm speaks louder than words. Tactic number 3, deliberate slowing of movements. Fast movements can signal nervousness, insecurity, or a need to impress. But slow, steady movements say the opposite. They show that you're in full control, that you're not rushed, that you don't feel pressure to match anyone's energy. This is something Sigma males understand deeply, and they use it without saying a word. Slowing your movements doesn't mean being stiff or robotic. It means being intentional. When you turn your head, you do it calmly. When you walk, you take your time. When you sit down or shift your posture, it's smooth and quiet. Nothing about you is rushed or jittery, and that alone makes people feel your presence. This throws people off more than you'd think. Most people are used to high-speed environments. Quick hand gestures, nervous fidgeting, fast talking. When someone moves slowly and deliberately, it creates a strange kind of tension. Others start to notice them more. They start adjusting their own energy without knowing why. Sigma males don't speed up to match a room. They let the room adjust to them. That's what creates intimidation, not by force, but by contrast. You're calm in the chaos. You're still while everyone else is reacting. That makes people pause and take notice. In conversations, this tactic becomes even more powerful. The Sigma doesn't rush to fill silence. He doesn't fumble to explain. He takes a breath. He looks directly. And when he does speak or move, it's clear and purposeful. That makes his presence land heavier than anyone who talks or moves non-stop. To use this in daily life, start by slowing down simple actions. Put your phone away slowly. Turn towards someone with calm, full-body movement. Keep your hands still when you're listening. Make stillness your default, not your reaction. The more you do it, the more others begin to feel your control without needing any words. Sigma males move like they have time because they know their energy controls the space, not the other way around. Tactic number 4, minimal speech. Sigma males don't talk just to talk. They speak when they have something to say, not to fill silence, prove intelligence, or win attention. That silence, especially in group settings, is one of the most powerful and intimidating tools they use. In a room where everyone's trying to be heard, the person who says the least often holds the most weight. Others start watching for their reactions. They wonder what they're thinking. They interpret silence as judgment even when it's not. That mystery creates tension, and that tension creates respect. Sigma males don't avoid speech out of shyness. They do it because they don't waste words. If someone asks a question, they answer simply. If a topic is nonsense, they stay quiet. This sends a clear message. I don't need to be part of every moment to hold value. This kind of restraint is rare. Most people feel uncomfortable in silence. They ramble. They laugh nervously. They over-explain. The Sigma does none of that. He lets silence sit. And in doing so, he takes control of the moment, not by force, but by stillness. This can be especially powerful in one-on-one interactions. When the Sigma male listens more than he speaks, it makes the other person talk more. They fill the space. They reveal more. And all the while, the Sigma stays calm, observing, processing, thinking. That power dynamic builds quietly. To apply this, stop trying to outtalk others. Don't interrupt. Don't overshare. Don't explain your every thought. Let silence carry weight. Use fewer words with more meaning. Speak clearly, then stop. Let others feel the pause. That pause is where respect starts to build. Sigma males use minimal speech as a form of control, not to dominate, but to hold space. The less they say, the more others lean in to hear. Tactic number 5. Facial neutrality. Most people smile to ease tension. They raise their eyebrows when listening. They nod constantly to show agreement. All of that is normal social behavior, but it also signals approval, openness, or submission. Sigma males don't always follow that script. Instead, they keep their face neutral, calm, unreadable. This doesn't mean angry or blank. It means controlled. Their face doesn't react to every moment. They don't show every thought. They let their expressions stay steady unless they choose to show something. That creates mystery. People can't tell if they're impressed, annoyed, amused, or analyzing, and that uncertainty makes others hesitate. Facial neutrality adds pressure to conversations. When someone doesn't give you instant feedback with their face, you start second-guessing yourself. Did that joke land? Did I say something wrong? Is he even listening? That's how intimidation grows. Not because the Sigma is judging, but because he's not reacting the way most people expect. This tactic also signals emotional control. The Sigma male doesn't flinch at rude comments. He doesn't over-celebrate small wins. He doesn't show panic when things go wrong. His face stays focused. Still. That stillness tells others he's not easily shaken, and people instinctively respect that. In social settings, people often look to facial reactions to guide how they act. If you don't give them one, they have to face their own uncertainty. That's why facial neutrality is so effective. It puts the attention back on the other person without saying a word. To use this, start by holding a calm face when you're listening. Don't force a smile. Don't nod unless it's natural. Let your eyes and posture show that you're present, not your mouth. The more you can stay steady in your face, the more impact your real expressions will have when you choose to show them. Sigma males don't play emotional games, but their ability to stay unreadable gives them quiet influence. Others can feel it, even if they don't know why. Tactic number 6. Personal space and presence. One of the quietest but most powerful ways Sigma males intimidate is by how they handle personal space. They don't crowd people. They don't cling. But they also don't shrink themselves to make others feel more comfortable. They take up space, not by force, but by simply being fully present in their body and environment. Most people either overextend or retreat. They lean in too much when talking. They shift their weight nervously. They cross their arms or hunch slightly to take up less space. Sigma males do the opposite. They stand tall. They stay grounded. They claim their space in a room without having to move much at all. This presence isn't about physical size, it's about energy. It's the feeling that someone is completely aware of their surroundings, confident in their stillness, and not seeking validation from anyone nearby. That energy makes others instinctively give them space, even in a crowd. Sigma males don't overcompensate. They're not trying to dominate the room, they just refuse to shrink. Whether standing alone at the back of a room or walking into a meeting, they move like they belong there, because they've already decided that they do. People pick up on this immediately. They feel the lack of nervous energy. They sense the calm certainty. And that's what creates the intimidation. It's not about being loud. It's about being present. Fully present. Without flinching or folding. In conversation, this presence feels even stronger. Sigma males maintain their space. They don't lean unless it's intentional. They don't pull away unless it's for a reason. They make others come into their energy, not the other way around. If you want to develop this, start by noticing your physical habits. Do you shift constantly? Do you make yourself smaller when people are around? Reverse that. Ground your feet. Straighten your spine. Hold your space without apology. And breathe deeply, not shallow or rushed. Sigma males aren't trying to be seen. They just show up fully, and people feel it whether they say anything or not. Intimidation doesn't always come from big actions. Sometimes it comes from stillness, silence, and presence. Sigma males understand this without even trying. They've trained themselves to lead without words, and in just a few seconds, the way they stand, look, move, or stay silent shifts the energy of a room. We've gone through 6 ways they do this, through eye contact, posture, slowed movements, minimal speech, facial neutrality, and how they hold their space. None of it is loud. None of it is forced. But all of it lands hard because it's real. Because it comes from inner confidence, not performance. Sigma males don't need to prove anything. That's what makes them powerful. And that's why people feel their presence before they even speak. But there's a balance to this. Intimidation can create respect, but it can also build distance. If you use these traits too often or without care, you might push people away without meaning to. That's why the goal isn't to become untouchable, it's to become intentional. Use your energy wisely. You don't need to fill the room to control it. You just need to be fully there, clear in your thoughts, calm in your body, and silent when words would only weaken the moment. Try one of these tactics in your next conversation or meeting. Don't force it. Just be aware of it. Notice how people respond. And remember, you don't have to say anything to be heard. Thanks for watching.